let's take a look at birds. We've already learned about field marks of birds. Let's take a look today at their size and shape. Let's take a look at that. Birds are singing today. Lots of birds around today. Look, friends, do you see the bird feeder behind me? As we're standing here by the bird feeder and I'm shading my eyes from this bright sun, I want to ask you, are all birds the same size? The answer is no, of course not. You see birds of many different sizes when you come out to Blandford Nature Center. Let's take a look at the size of some of these common birds, and then let's think about their shape. Do you know about size and shape? Let's take a look. Look at the black-capped chickadee behind me. Do you see the black-capped chickadees coming to the feeder? They're friendly birds. Black-capped chickadees, I wonder how long they are. And I'm also looking at this Birds of Michigan field guide. I learn a lot from field guides. We know the black-capped chickadee is quite a small bird. You've seen it before here at Blandford. But look at its size. If you look in this field guide, it tells us that a black-capped chickadee is about 5 inches long. Now that's a pretty small bird that comes to our bird feeder. Let me show you 5 inches. So friends, if you look where my thumb comes on this ruler of science, from the tip of a chickadee's beak to the tip of its tail, it's on the average about 5 inches long. That's a pretty small bird that comes to our feeder here at Blandford Nature Center. I wonder what the size is of some of the other birds that we have around here. Let's take a look. Hello, black-capped chickadee. How are you? Well, friends, you might think that 5 inches is pretty small. And a chickadee, black-capped chickadees are pretty small, but do you know what our smallest bird in Michigan is? They're here in the spring and summer. They're called ruby-throated hummingbirds. Look, they're the smallest bird we have in Michigan. They're only about 3 inches to 3.5 inches long, from their beak to their tail. They're the smallest birds we have. The ruby-throated hummingbird. We will look for them this spring. Look at how friendly the black-capped chickadees are. So you know that a black-capped chickadee is about 5 inches long. You know that a northern cardinal is between 8 and 9 inches long. Look at how long a blue jay is. From the tip of its beak to the tip of its tail, 12 inches long. That's my whole ruler. That's 1 foot. Wow, Mr. Blue Jay, you're a lot bigger than a black-capped chickadee. Oh, you know that a blue jay is up to 12 inches long, from the tip of its tail to the tip of its beak. What about a red-tailed hawk? Well, a red-tailed hawk, from the tip of its bill to the tip of its beak, a red-tailed hawk is about 23 inches long. I'll need a larger measuring stick for that. 23 inches long is from here all the way to here. That's 23 inches long. That's the length of a red-tailed hawk. Wow, 23 inches from the top of its head to the tip of its tail. That's pretty big. Now its wingspan is another measurement. The wingspan of a red-tailed hawk can be over 50 inches long. I'm going to need more than just this measuring stick for that one. 50 inches long would be about 50 inches long. Can you imagine the wingspan of a red-tailed hawk? What? 50 inches long? That's pretty long, isn't it? It's about 4.5 feet. But what is the wingspan of a bald eagle? Think about that. A bald eagle has a wingspan more than the 2 sticks. 7.5 feet long, about this long. Imagine the wingspan of a bald eagle soaring in the sky, 7.5 feet long. Wow, we saw a bald eagle flying over the Great Meadow at Blandford on Tuesday. 7.5 feet is 90 inches. So birds come in many different sizes, and these are all birds right around here in Michigan. Hey friends, now that we know about the size of some of our common birds, let's take a look at their shape. Do you notice birds have a similar shape? They've got kind of a pointy beak. and it slowly tapers to a bigger body, and then it tapers to a tail. So all birds have an aerodynamic body, so they can go through the air easier when they fly. They're aerodynamic. Let's take a look. Can you identify some birds just by their shape? Check out this shape or silhouette. This is a ruby-throated hummingbird. I bet you guessed that, didn't you? You can tell this is a blue jay by the shape of its head. Look at that bird. Look at that tiny beak. This is a black-capped chickadee. Looks a little plump to me. And I'll bet you know this shape. This is a soaring bald eagle. Awesome.